Earth lies in ruins after the alien invasion. Humanity loses its cities, its technology, and almost all hope, but small bands of survivors keep fighting for their future.
I remember you too.
It all started suddenly. The alien invasion hit in an instant, with hundreds of ships descending on Earth. Humanity didn't understand their purpose, so they chose not to attack and avoided using nuclear weapons, hoping the aliens might be peaceful. They were very wrong. First came a blinding light that shut down all electronics, and then the aliens struck military bases and fleets. They wiped out the armies of every nation and incinerated capitals, Washington, Moscow, Paris, and more. 6 months after the invasion, 90% of humanity had been wiped out. Survivors are forced to hide constantly, as the aliens continue hunting them. There are only two types of aliens: six-legged soldiers called skitters and mechs, two-legged killing machines that respond to sound and movement. Humans form small communities to survive, scavenging for food, water, and supplies. People split into two groups: those who take up arms and fight, and civilians who support the fighters. Every day is a struggle to survive, and losses are heavy. Tom and his eldest son Hal are part of a team tasked with finding food. Moving cautiously through the ruins at night, they fall under pursuit. In this world, everyone is on their own. The mechs are too powerful to destroy directly. While father and son hide in a building, others flee, but luck isn't on everyone's side. Some are killed by bullets, others are captured and enslaved by an alien device implanted in their spine, controlling their minds. When the group finally escapes, they witness alien ships flying over the city, completely destroying South Boston. After another mission, the community leader realizes that gathering in large groups could mean death for humanity. The best option is to split into units of 300 and move in different directions, staying on the move to survive. The city is nearly gone, and people are forced to keep moving. Dan Weaver becomes commander of the 2nd Massachusetts Regiment and receives orders to head to a nearby city. As a military man, he's ready to fight, but his mission is different. He must protect civilians. His assistant is Tom, who has 3 sons, the combat-ready teenager Hal, and the young Matt. The third son, Ben, is in alien captivity. Tom will do anything to save him but must follow orders and doesn't even know if Ben is still alive. That evening, the group packs up to leave the city. In the distance, they spot a massive alien ship and discuss how to destroy it. Most want to strike aggressively, but not Tom. As a former American history professor, he knows that stealth and patience are the best strategies, approaching the enemy carefully. The next morning, the 300-strong unit moves forward, passing through several grocery stores in hopes of restocking supplies. Most stores have already been looted, but the group avoids dangerous areas on purpose. Realizing they can't survive without food, Tom suggests returning to one of the stores. Weaver isn't willing to risk the group, especially since civilians are slow, but allows Tom to take a small 6-person team. Tom includes his eldest son Hal, Hal's girlfriend Karen, and a few seasoned fighters, including a 13-year-old boy. Heading back, Tom sends Karen and Hal ahead to scout. Traveling on motorcycles, the pair moves fast but must constantly hide from the aliens. When they hear approaching mechs, Hal hides by the river and sees a column of alien robots leading captives, including his brother Ben. He wants to call out, but it's useless. Ben is enslaved. Returning to the group, Hal tells his father what he saw and urges immediate action. Tom refuses, sparking a fight between father and son. He explains that attacking a whole alien army is pointless. They must be smarter. Still, he's determined to save Ben and will do whatever it takes. That evening, the 6-person team sneaks into a warehouse and finds food. As they load a pickup truck, they realize it's another trap. Knowing human habits, the aliens often hide in these places and strike unexpectedly. Tom is attacked but uses leftover dynamite to destroy a mech. A 6-legged alien also strikes him, but the team comes to his aid. A well-placed headshot kills the creature, and they watch as it dies. The next morning, the team rejoins the regiment and requests permission to search for Ben. Weaver refuses to send his best soldiers and delays the mission by several days. Despite the harsh, post-apocalyptic reality, the adults try to preserve a sense of childhood. Tom and Hal give Matt a waveboard for his birthday, letting him share it with the other kids so they can forget, even briefly, about the war against the alien army. The next night, a 6-person team moves toward an arms depot to restock weapons for the fight against the aliens. Before entering, they decide to scout the area. Using a tennis ball and a dog to draw attention through sound and movement, they unknowingly trigger the attention of a hidden mech inside. The dog doesn't run, he barks, potentially putting everyone at risk. The 13-year-old boy in the group, trying to control the situation, calls the dog to him, inadvertently endangering the whole team. The alien robot opens fire, but luckily the group escapes without casualties. The next morning, Tom reports on the mission and requests permission to go after Ben. Weaver promises he'll allow it if the mission succeeds, but there's no verified weapons supply and the depot hasn't been fully checked, so he has no reason to honor the promise yet. He insists on a second sweep of the depot at all costs, since more weapons are essential for protecting civilians. Dr. Ann confronts Weaver about the unfair division between soldiers and civilians. Soldiers sleep in abandoned homes and mansions, while civilians live in makeshift tents. Weaver refuses to discuss it, saying soldiers need to be rested for the war. He promises to revisit fairness after humanity wins. Even in this post-apocalyptic world, the children keep learning. Adults understand that the next generation deserves a future, so they conduct lessons and training so kids can grow and carry on the human race with honor. That evening, the team prepares to return to the arms depot. Because the 13-year-old nearly jeopardized the mission, Tom swaps him for a more level-headed soldier. As they move at night, they are ambushed. The newcomer takes an arrow to the stomach and arm, dying after managing to fire a few shots. The attackers turn out to be a gang, some of whom are wounded. They demand surrender, warning that the gunfire could attract mechs. Worse, Karen and Hal are already captives, and they'll be killed if Tom doesn't comply. Agreeing to the gang's terms, the team is taken to a safe location just moments before a mech arrives. The gang leader, Pope, interrogates the team for information. Tom tries to lie, claiming they're lone survivors, but it's useless. The gang has been tracking them all along. Pope knows they're part of the resistance regiment and that civilians are involved. He offers a deal. Hal will be released to relay the terms, and the team can be traded for a car equipped with a machine gun. His assistant, Maggie, escorts Hal out of the catacombs to return to camp. Along the way, Hal tries to attack her but fails. Before leaving, he asks her to consider joining the resistance. Alone with Tom, Pope reveals what he knows about the aliens. The easiest way to kill them is to disable a few limbs and then shoot the head. Robots respond to sound and movement, while alien ships detect heat, avoiding bullets and rockets. Pope could be a capable soldier, but he's lived a life of crime and enjoys killing. He thrives under the New World Order, free to do as he pleases. Listening carefully, Tom waits for a moment to grab a gun and shoot him, but Pope anticipates every move. Back at camp, Hal tells Weaver what happened and requests a trade. Weaver refuses negotiations with criminals, ordering an immediate evacuation to old hangars on the city outskirts. Hal protests, his father and he could be killed, but Weaver isolates him to prevent interference. The soldiers, respecting Tom, allow Hal to escape. Dr. Ann, sympathetic to Tom, volunteers to accompany him to the gang. One gang member is wounded, so she offers medical aid, giving them a chance at mercy. When Pope learns the negotiation failed, he attacks the camp. He leaves Maggie and a few survivors, including his wounded brother, behind, while he moves to surround the regiment. Once the gang leaves, Maggie kills Pope's brother and a second thug, people who had previously forced her into their group. She joins the resistance, becoming part of Tom's team. Meanwhile, Pope and his remaining gang threaten Weaver and others, promising a firefight that would kill civilians. They demand a machine gun, a car, and food, but lit fires draw the attention of an alien ship. The gang can't retreat fast enough, and Tom's team arrives, opening fire. Soon, the alien ship appears, wiping out all the gang members. Only Pope survives, captured by the regiment and personally by Weaver. Since Tom has already proven his reliability twice, Weaver allows his team to leave. They now have 3 days to find and rescue Ben. A few hours later, the squad finds enslaved children under the aliens' control. From what they observe, the kids have been turned into laborers, doing everything from scrap metal collection to other chores. Among the captives is Tom's son, but he and his team can't act. There are 3 six-legged soldiers and 2 mechs nearby, any of which could kill them instantly. As they retreat, Karen accidentally knocks over a brick, which crashes to the ground. One of the killer robots opens fire, but by sheer luck, the team manages to withdraw without injuries or losses. Back at camp, they meet other worried parents. Everyone hopes their children are among the captives and asks to see photos. Tom and the others haven't been identifying the kids yet, but leave the photos on a board for study, hoping to use them next time to rescue as many as possible. Meanwhile, word comes that Commander Porter has arrived. He brings good news. The survivor groups are forming resistance armies and have managed to communicate with each other. Humanity is ready to unite against the alien invaders, but first, they need to stock up on resources and study the aliens closely to find their weaknesses. Tom reports that they've located Ben and plan a second mission to rescue him. Weaver and Porter agree to let the squad try, but only one person can be saved. Moreover, the commander brought a doctor who might be able to remove the control device. If successful, Ben will be safe, but that can only be confirmed after he's rescued. At the same time, Pope becomes the regiment's new head chef, as he's the only one who truly understands taste and cooking processes. The doctor who arrived with Porter turns out to be Dr. Michael Harris, an old friend of Tom who had known his late wife. Later, the squad heads to the hospital holding the enslaved children for a second time. They take positions, set explosives, and wait for the right moment, but everything goes wrong. Seeing his son among the captives, Soldier Mike can't stay calm and decides to rescue Ricky himself. He rushes toward him, but a killer robot notices. Acting without a plan, the team blows up the alien robot and tries to retreat. In the short fight that follows, several people, including Tom, escape with minor injuries, while Hal and Karen are captured by the aliens. Shortly after, Tom regains consciousness and realizes another son is still in captivity. Determined to save him on his own, he grabs a shotgun and heads back to the hospital. On the way, a six-legged alien attacks him, but driven by obsession, he fights back. Following Pope's advice, he shoots off 2 of its claws, beats the alien, and drags it back to the base for the scientists to study. Tom then heads back to the hospital to rescue Hal. Meanwhile, Hal sees his alien-controlled brother dragging Karen into the plan. Hal is released, but before this, the six-legged alien orders a mech to shoot 5 children. The event serves as a grim warning. Saving one child can mean the death of others, and humanity bears some of the blame. Dr. Harris and Ann perform a complex surgery to separate Ricky from the control device. According to the doctor, the device contains banned drugs affecting Ricky's body. Stopping the flow would kill him, so they place him on N4 before carefully removing the controller. Back at camp, Tom confronts Harris in a tense conversation. It turns out the doctor was a coward who fled during the invasion, condemning Tom's wife to death. Tom punches him but has to forgive him. Harris is now the only one who can save Ben from the aliens' control. The next morning, Pope reports that a few kilometers from camp there's an old motorcycle shop. They could scout it and steal a few bikes, which would help them move quickly. With Karen still in captivity, the team is short one person, so Pope joins as an extra soldier. Tom doesn't trust the former criminal, but he has to follow Weaver's orders and take him along. According to the commander's plan, the team must first find and steal the motorcycles, then gather medical supplies, and only after that can they strike the aliens to rescue Ben and the other children. Meanwhile, Dr. Ann and Dr. Harris examine Ricky. The boy is fully under alien control, but some things remain unexplained. Ricky's father claims he once suffered from a severe respiratory illness, but now he's completely healthy, possibly healed by the aliens. Understanding what the aliens want and why they attacked Earth becomes crucial. Ann chooses a democratic approach, looking for ways to communicate with the captured Skitter, while Harris wants to kill and dissect it. By provoking the alien, showing it the corpse of another six-legged monster, it emits a strange sound, picked up over the radio. Soon, Tom's team heads out to scout and spots a nest of sleeping Skitters. Pope immediately wants to kill them, but the team isn't ready. The noise would attract nearby mechs, which could kill them all. Ignoring the threat, they take an alternative route to the shop and fuel several motorcycles. At one point, Pope tries to run off. He knocks a soldier unconscious and steals a bike. Minutes later, he blows up the sleeping Skitters with grenades, killing them all. This attracts the attention of other aliens. Within minutes, dozens of child slaves armed with rifles surround the shop. They open fire, wounding one of the soldiers. Recognizing that the children are controlled by a Skitter and move in sync, Tom uses a distraction maneuver, allowing the team to escape and survive. Ricky wakes up but refuses to recognize his real father, calling him the alien parent. Furious, Mike decides to interrogate the Skitter aggressively, shoving a rifle in its mouth. The creature emits a strange sound, heard over the radio, and then collapses. Harris and Ann realize the aliens have a connection to radio waves, able to transmit signals and control everything subconsciously. This gives them a chance to find weaknesses and devise weapons against the invaders. Later, Ricky wakes up again and rushes to the controller, trying to put it back on the alien's back. He attempts to open the alien's cage, but the others hear the radio signal and stop him in time. The alien uses Ricky as a human speech synthesizer, demanding to be killed, but the scientists understand he is valuable for developing weapons against the invaders. Mike attempts to remove the controller from his son's back, but Ricky instantly dies. Despite everything, Tom remains optimistic. They have a captive, know how to remove controllers, and understand how the aliens communicate. For the first time since the invasion, humanity is truly ready to fight and take their planet back. Inspired, the regiment holds a celebratory dinner and prays for victory. What truly makes us human, our intelligence or the will to keep fighting even when everything seems lost? Share your thoughts in the comments down below, give this video a like, and subscribe for more. See you in the next one.